Ain't no sunshine when she's only darkness every day. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and this house just ain't no home anytime she goes away. We sat at lunchroom tables with the same friends since we were 6, exchanging stories of childhood while trading celery for carrot sticks. Y'all, I remember slumber parties and engaging in pillow fights. You remember practicing your dance for the talent show just to make sure you got every move right. I spent hours trying to decide who to invite to my sweet 16. My best friend didn't eat for a week because she didn't make prom queen. But you know, it's funny how our problems don't really compare to real ones, and yet we think we have something to complain about. Until the news on Channel 5 is reporting live. A young woman was just found dead in her home today after authorities say she took her own life and the life of 3 others. Officers say the young girl who was bullied at school is survived by her sister and mother. She leaves this as her last Facebook post. Today is the day that you will finally recognize me. I'm tired of fading to black, just another breathing entity. Y'all, I ate in the bathroom because your stares were too much to endure. I wore baggy clothes because your comments about my weight made me insecure. And it's not enough to subside the pain with mere slices of skin. I must go deeper to erase the pain within. Y'all, I look in the mirror and I see someone that I hate. Someone that you hate, so why wait? Why continue to be the thorn in the world's side? So this is my final goodbye. I'm sorry for being too fat to notice. I'm sorry for being too weird to speak to. And I'm sorry for taking up the space that you so graciously deserve. So congratulations. I know you didn't make prom queen, but at least you made the royal court. I heard your dance for the talent show went well, even though they cut your performance short. And even though I never ate lunch with you guys, I hope your lunch tastes good. You see, all I ever had was some pretzels, but I would trade that if I could. And I'd send you all an invitation, but I know you won't come. So here's to the best slumber party ever. Just me. Oh my God! See, somehow now our problems don't seem as big. Y'all, we have this habit of noticing the boisterous bad ones, but we ignore the back of the room type kids. We give props to the president of student council. We give pats on the back to the quarterback. Oh, but we forget about the ones that fell off track. What about that? 'Cause ain't no sunshine when they're gone. Boom, boom, boom. Y'all good? Turn to your neighbors. Tell them, I'm happy to see you. I'm glad you're here. We're glad you're here. Say hello to somebody sitting next to you. Thank you guys so much for coming out. We're so happy you are alive and well and in the building. Thank you all so much. Let's take a deep breath and let it out. I know that was kind of heavy. We're going to loosen it up just a little bit. So we here at DBR Lab, we're all about community, and we're so thankful that you're part of our community here tonight. But just being in the same space isn't enough, right? We've got to really commune with one another. And you walk by people every day, you go to work with people every day, you don't realize how much you actually have in common. So I want to see how much we in this room have in common. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a piece. And in this piece, I'm going to go through a series of things that I kind of am familiar with. But if you have any nostalgia or some familiarity or you remember anything in this piece that I say, I want you to make some noise, okay? Give me an example of what noise sounds like. Woo, turn it up, National Sawdust. We're going to do it one more time, all right? Give me an example of what noise sounds like. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all ready for your next piece? Let me hear you say, yeah. Here we go. Let's go back. 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 I remember back in the day when wearing fanny packs around your waist was okay. We had that Nokia phone and the covers would change. See, I remember when the girls used to wear baggy jeans. Y'all, we used to spend our weekends at the skating ring, and I remember playing hopscotch and double dutch. See, we was all buying candy because it didn't cost much. I remember now-a-laters and lemon heads, being scared to death because Freddy Krueger was in the waterbed. I remember chasing waterfalls with TLC. Back when TRL was still on MTV, I remember renting movies, y'all, that were VHS. You know when computers didn't move and they just stayed on your desk? I remember light-up sneakers and the wheels in the shoes. We was wearing them bubble jackets and them loud sound and jogging suits, and I remember It's a Different World and In Living Color. Don't tell nobody on the Wayans brothers like, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. I remember Martin Lawrence. Don't you know no good? Now don't you know no good? Back when Biggie and Tupac had us repping our hood. I love it when you call me Big Papa. And every single Mother's Day, y'all, we played Tupac's Dear Mama. I remember when they all thought that O.J. Simpson did it. But if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. I remember kickball in the cul-de-sac and movies like Lion King, which we will never forget, like Nasa Peña Mavanicio. I remember Bob Barker on The Price is Right, watching TGIF every Friday night. I remember Whitney Houston when she was in The Preacher's Wife. Y'all, this was way back before vegan was even a way of life. I remember Beanie Babies and Pokemon cards, telling ghost stories in a tent in the yard like, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. I remember Rugrats and Power Rangers. McGruff the crime dog, don't talk to strangers. I remember Ring Pops and Keenan and Kale. How we called a snitching preschooler tattletale. I remember Michael Jackson in Remember the Time. How we learned the Thriller dance just by pressing rewind. I remember playing Heads Up, 7 Up. Y'all remember how we had to double dare you because a dare wasn't enough. I remember playing tag and how people had cooties. Y'all, we couldn't hit the club, but the club was the movies. I remember every single girl had an easy bake oven. Every science class did volcanic eruptions. Do y'all remember Bill Nye the Science Guy? And if you wore tie-dye, you was also fly. I remember Mickey and Minnie and Donald and Goof, a few good men. You can't handle the truth like, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back.